Silence. All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Blake Alexander Brodbeck.
May it please the court, I move that Blake Alexander Brodbeck be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Blake Alexander Brodbeck be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ting Ting Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Ting Ting Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ting Ting Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicholas Keith Cheong.
May it please the court, I move that Nicholas Keith Cheong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicholas Keith Cheong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathan Alexander Claydon.
May it please the court, I move that Nathan Alexander Claydon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nathan Alexander Claydon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rachel Dance.
May it please the court, I move that Rachel Dance be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rachel Dance be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nanjun Ding.
May it please the court, I move that Nanjun Ding be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nanjun Ding be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ran Duan.
May it please the court, I move that Rand Duan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rand Duan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Claudia Louise Duncan.
May it please the court, I move that Claudia Louise Duncan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Claudia Louise Duncan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eli Moses Elko.
May it please the court, I move that Eli Moses Elcor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eli Moses Elcor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Liana Ava Carissa Emerzian.
May it please the court, I move that Liana Ava Carissa Emerzian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Liana Ava Carissa Emerzian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joanna Olive Endicott.
May it please the court, I move that Joanna Olive Endicott be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joanna Olive Endicott be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sylvia Sienna Maria Ferring.
May it please the court, I move that Sylvia Sienna Maria Ferring be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sylvia Sienna Maria Ferring be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Thomas Foster.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander Thomas Foster be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander Thomas Foster be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Danielle Linda Georgius.
May it please the court, I move that Danielle Linda Georges be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Danielle Linda Georgius be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Clifford Mark Gilpin.
May it please the court, I move that Clifford Mark Gilpin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Clifford Mark Gilpin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nathan Peter Goslet.
May it please the court, I move that Nathan Peter Goslet be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nathan Peter Goslet be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lynn Tracy Hawes.
May it please the court, I move that Lynn Tracy Hawes be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lynn Tracy Hawes be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Austin Tianwei Irwin.
May it please the court, I move that Austin Tianwei Irwin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Austin Tianwei Irwin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Danya Samad Jalal.
If it please the court, I move that Danya Samed Jalal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Danya Samed Jalal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Keshav Karapia.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Keshav Karupia, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
That Keshav Karupia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rusung Key.
May it please the court, I move that Raisong Ki be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Raisong Ki be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ignat Kozlov.
May it please the court, I move that Ignat Dmitrovich Kozlov be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable
That Ignat Kozlov be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yanlu Lin.
May it please the court, I move that Young Lu Lin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yan Lu Lin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xingguang Lu.
May it please the court, I move that Xingguang Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Xingguan Lu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mark Lukiti.
May it please the court, I move that Mark McKitty be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Mark Lukiti be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yishan Tiffany Ma.
May it please the court, I move that Yishan Tiffany Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Yishan Tiffany Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kaylee Louise Mantle.
May it please the court, I move that Kaylee Louise Mantle be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Kaylee Louise Mantle be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stavros Mav.
May it please the court, I move that Stavros Mav be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Stavros Mav be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sohini Darshak Mehta.
May it please the court, I move that Sohini Darshak Mehta be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Sohini Darshak Mehta be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Amy Monier.
May it please the court, I move that Caitlin Amy Monier be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Caitlin Amy Monier be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Osborne Monnox.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Osborne Monnox be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Thomas Osborne Monnox be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
James Lennon Morgan.
May it please the court, I move that James Leonard Morgan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That James Lennon Morgan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Driti AJ Morris.
May it please the court, I move that A.J. Morris be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Driti A.J. Morris be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anna Marie Antoinette Santos Narciso.
May it please the court, I move that Anna Marie Antoinette Santos Narciso be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Anna Marie Antoinette Santos Narciso be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephanie Alexandra Noronha.
May it please the court, I move that Stephanie Alexandra Morona be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Stephanie Alexandra Norona be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Paul O'Regan.
May it please the court, I move that my husband, Paul O'Regan, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Paul O'Regan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michelle Louise Jane Packwood.
May it please the court, I move that Michelle Louise Jane be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Michelle Louise Jane Packwood be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sabrina Gabriela Poteca.
May it please the court, I move that Sabrina Gabriela Porteca be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Sabrina Gabriela Porteca be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yuan Quinn.
May it please the court, I move that Yuan Qin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yuan Chin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brooke Duncan Ristich.
May it please the court, I move that Brooke Duncan Ristich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Brooke Duncan Ristic be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eliza Jan Saville.
May it please the court, I move that Eliza Jan Saville be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Eliza Jan Saville be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Victoria Eleanor Therese Schust.
May it please the court, I move that Victoria Eleanor Therese Schucht be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Victoria Eleanor Therese Schutt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cindy Shamus.
May it please the court, I move that Cindy Shamas be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
That Cindy Shamas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
May Sharma.
May it please the court, I move that May Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That May Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jia Hui Shen.
May it please the court, I move that Jia Hui Shen be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Jia Hui Shen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Milena Sierra Gordillo.
May it please the court, I move that Milena Sierra Gordillo be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Milena Sierra Gordillo be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harvey David Silk.
May it please the court, I move that Harvey David Silk be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Harvey David Silk be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alan Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Alan Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Alan Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joanna Sue.
May it please the court, I move that Joanna Sue be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joanna Sue be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yu Ting Sun.
May it please the court, I move that Yu Ting Sun be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Yu Ting Sun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ibrahim Taha.
May it please the court, I move that Ibrahim Taha be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ibrahim Taha be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Edward Tong.
May it please the court, I move that Edward Tong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Edward Tong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dominic Michael Henry Underwood.
May it please the court, I move that my husband, Dominic Michael Henry Underwood, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dominic Michael Henry Underwood be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Claire Hunter Whedon.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Claire Hunter Whedon be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Georgia Claire Hunter Whedon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Garrick Chun Hai Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Garrick Chun Hai Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honorable court.
Let Garrick Chun Hai Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Gillian Zhu.
May it please the court, I move that Gillian Zhu is admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Gillian Zhu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Romy Yoon.
May it please the court, I move that Romy Yoon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Romy Yoon be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wei Wei Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Wei Wei Zhang, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wei Wei Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to stand when and as directed for the purposes of taking an oath or making an affirmation. So please stand when and as directed by the officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Blake Alexander Brodbeck. Ting Ting Chen. Nicholas Keith Chong. Nathan Alexander Claydon. Rachel Dance. Nanjun Ding. Rand Duan. Claudia Louise Duncan. Eli Moses Elcor. Liana Ava Carissa Emerzian. Joanna Olive Endicott. Sylvia Sienna Maria Ferring. Alexander Thomas Foster. Danielle Linda Georges. Clifford Mark Gilpin. Nathan Peter Goslet. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Lynn Tracy Hawes. Or Austin Tianwei Irwin. Danya Sama Jalal. Keshav Karapia. Rasung Ki. Ignat Kozlov. Yanlu Lin. Xingguang Lu. Mark Lukiti. Yishan Tiffany Ma. Kaylee Louise Mantle. Stavros Mav. Sohini Dasak Mehta. Caitlin Amy Monier. Thomas Osborne Monnox. James Lennon Morgan. Driti AJ Morris. Anna Marie Antoinette Santos Narciso. Stephanie Alexandra Norana. And Paul O'Regan. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability. Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row of admittees in front of me please stand? Michelle Louise Jane Packwood, Sabrina Gabriella Porteca, Yuan Chin, Brooke Duncan Ristich, Eliza Jan Saville, Victoria Eleanor Therese Schut, Cindy Shamus, May Sharma, Jiawei Shen. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows on my left please stand up? Milena Sierra Godillo, Harvey David Silk, Alan Smith, Joanna Sue, Yuting Sun, Ibrahim Taha, Edward Tong, Dominic Michael Henry Underwood, Georgia Claire Hunter Whedon, Garrick Chunhei Wong, Gillian Zhu, Romy Yoon, and Wei Wei Zhang. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench this morning is Justice Harrison, to my right, who's the Chief Judge of the Common Law Division of the Supreme Court, and to my left, Justice Peden, who is a Judge of the Equity Division of the Court. Together we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. We've done so in a court which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders, past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Also acknowledged, present with us on the bench this morning is His Honour Justice John Robson, a Senior Judge in the Land and Environment Court of New South Wales, and we're delighted he has been able to sit with us this morning. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one of great achievement and a cause for celebration. We up here know how hard you have all had to work to reach this important milestone. I'm also pleased to welcome those of you, those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your friends and family will have been invaluable on your journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I'm sure they're all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them for their support today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you along and civilised lunch or dinner tonight. Now, in being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice, as you have just done, an oath or an affirmation, that custom dating back to the 12th century. And this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. This May, the court to which you've just been admitted celebrates its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing common law courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I will say something in a moment. This ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made this morning. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever path or direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard, whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field. You should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you will see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices which hang in this court that we up here on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you that we don't wear them because they are particularly comfortable, which they're not. But we do so because symbolically they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. That is a radical change from the time I commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago, but it has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever, and it's not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. As we survey the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law as, and I quote, a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony and of which I've spoken, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and challenges which the legal profession and the courts are and will continue to engage. While the increased use of technology offers a number of well-known advantages, it is my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will in many cases be an individual facing some great kind of personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community here in New South Wales. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat, including this ceremony, highlight that there is far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when we all commence practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the judiciary are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession, and ultimately the rule of law. Now, let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice on this Thursday morning. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, maybe some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time, and it's important that we recognise that. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake I always advise new lawyers not to make is that of giving your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that will not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, and an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. That human engagement extends to your interaction with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you are involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational, but the practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as it regrettably sometimes does. So it is essential that in your practice you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their points simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or very difficult to understand. One of your roles now as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times in both your written work and in your oral advice. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important. There may, and I dare say will be times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because lawyers are motivated by a desire to make sure that the case is fully prepared, that the advice is comprehensive, that the preparation is complete, and that's all admirable. But it can be, as I say, physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance and to keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time and still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. But you should also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in that context, I'm now going to call on two young representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar Association and one from the Law Society, to offer a few of their own words of welcome. So, Ms. Galifalco from the New South Wales Bar, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Bianca Galifuoco. I often have to spell that name when I announce my appearance, but not on this occasion. I'm almost 1 year at the bar now, and I have a broad practice predominantly in environment planning and property law, media and defamation, regulatory and commercial law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case now, a barrister, and I'm proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and that it allows me to represent people in court and to give them expert advice and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice at the bar as a reader, the year that I've almost come to the conclusion of, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you weekly, review your work and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not just limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers, and I'm very grateful for that collegiality. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for barristers that are in their first 5 years, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Mr. Musri, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Bernie Musri, and around 2 years ago, I was precisely where you are today. And what a tremendous day it is for all of you. You're here, being admitted to the Supreme Court role at the end of a long and arduous journey. And you should all feel immensely proud of everything you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. There were, and I dare say likely remain, many uncertain challenges to overcome. But after a couple of years of working as a solicitor, I can tell you that I've already learnt a thing or two. And one of the most important things that I've learned is the significance of being part of a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and the Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We're bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and to uphold the rule of law, a duty which now also rests with each of you. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That's why I've been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 5 years. Here, amongst opportunities to advocate and join committees, I've found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I've needed it. By joining the Law Society New South Wales Young Lawyers, you'll gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. Yeah, please.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying. And it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. And you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We, up here on the bench, wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. So on behalf of Justice Harrison, Justice Peden, and indeed all of the judges of the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.